Good Monday morning. I thought I'd review our results as to where we are today. We've got Team Gray and Team Orange on the top of the leaderboard right now after round 3 for overall sales revenue, with Team Green, Red, and Blue really neck and neck. So you guys are really close. So there really still isn't a whole lot of disparity between teams this week. Two teams kind of coming out in the lead, but otherwise everybody's staying pretty close together. You will see that everybody has profit for the round, and the profit levels for the round are a lot closer. Team Blue, a little bit lower on profit, but otherwise everybody else is really very consistent in the profit area, so that's good news. Just looking at your overall results, research and design, you can see that a few teams spent quite a bit of money on research and design, namely Team Gray spent quite a bit this last round. Contract manufacturing costs, Team Gray had to spend a little bit more on that as well, perhaps because of their demand. And then feature costs, Team Gray invested a lot this round in features as well. So if you look at, they had the highest sales revenue, but not the highest profit because they did have more in the way of investments as they were going about this. So they're investing in the future, which should help them move along quickly as well. So just some things to think about with that. Just looking to see what we have for total equity and assets and liabilities. Our liabilities are pretty consistent across the board, I think. And so if you look at total shareholders' equity and liabilities, you guys are actually all very consistent in that space as well, so not a lot of difference there. You can always go in and drill in to see how you did for the US versus Asia and Europe this round too. And then for ratios, looking at the ratios, I always like to look at return on capital because everybody's got high profit levels. Everybody is in the positive percentile for return on capital and return on equity, so that's really very good news. And your EBITDA before depreciation is definitely in a very good spot, and your overall operating profit, your overall EBIT is also very well. Gray, you're a little bit lower here because you did have so much spend this round, so I think that's why your EBIT and your EBIT before depreciation is a little bit lower. That would be my guess, is just because of your investments this round. Looking at the market reports, which is the fun one, I think. Team Gray has an overall 33% market share and Orange Blossoms 29%. And then Team Blue has a 6, and Green and Red at 13 and 16%. You can see that nobody has really dove into Tech 3 or Tech 4. Everybody's staying pretty consistent. If I look at overall prices, Team Blue, you might want to pull down your cost and your price for Tech 1. I think you're a little bit high there. You're pretty good with Tech 2, but your Tech 1 is quite a bit higher for the US. And you can see that your Tech 2 overall sales percentage is a little bit higher, so that's going to be driving some of that. Even your Tech 1 for Asia and your Tech 1 for Europe is priced way too high, so you need to bring that price down quite a bit. Team Green, I would watch your Tech 2 pricing. Seems, at least in Asia, that it's a little bit high, so watch that. So that's with the market reports. If I break it down a little bit in more detail, you can also see the number of features that folks are offering on their phones. And Tech 2, Team Blue still has a large number of features, but in Tech 1, Team Blue, you can't use the features for your pricing anymore because Team Gray has more and they're priced quite a bit less than you. So we need to make sure we get that price down. All right, production. Production reports. This is showing how many manufacturing units. Clearly, these two teams are very neck and neck with their manufacturing units. Capacity utilization for Team Gray is at 100%. That's awesome to be at 100%, but you don't have enough capacity for your demand. So you could be potentially losing customers. I'm imagining that you did use a lot of contract manufacturing this round. You'll need to do that again next round if you don't have any facilities that are being built. So you may want to up this if you can at all, but I think you strategically did that really well, Team Gray, as far as being able to cover that. Orange Blossoms must have a little bit more capacity to build, would be kind of my guess. But I think, let me go back, your overall utilization still looks pretty good at 74%. Team Blue, yours is low simply because you're not selling enough, so we need to get that price back in line so that you can sell a little bit more. And then your overall cost report. Looking at average logistics costs sold, you guys, your pricing is pretty good. I think Team Red, you're probably shipping things all over the place a little bit more than others, so you may want to look at your logistics routing to make sure that you're utilizing where you're manufacturing a little bit better, especially for products sold in Asia. I'm assuming that you're probably shipping some products from the US to Asia to meet that demand, which is why your transportation cost is a little higher. And then outsourcing costs for Team Red. I don't know that you need to spend that much on outsourcing. Your utilization is low, so I would reduce your outsourcing for the US especially. So cut back on that. Team Red, I think as well, you probably don't have as many manufacturing units in Asia, which is why you're shipping it from the US to Asia, because you don't have any Asia outsourcing on here, and that's what's causing your increased logistics cost, just so you know. I think that is it. So that's the weekend review. I wanted to get this out. I'm a little bit behind on grading, but didn't want you to wait on these the reviews. So hopefully you have a great week. Let me know if you have questions.